Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Kongo. I just saw a pop-up for Steam. Although stealthing is offline, I am. So I'm not sure why it said streaming. Okay, anyway. Where we last left our nation, we are trying to knock out a few of these states in West Africa. And now it's pretty balkanized. That there's a very weak Messina with no allies, a very weak Songhai with no allies. Timbuktu is better off. They still have Morocco as an ally. Weak Air with no allies. And Yao is our ally. A little upset with us. And we're invading Kano right now, who is going to be weak with no allies. But these guys merged together, and they're going to have to get back onto friendly territory very soon to deal with rebels. Why don't we actually send them back? To suppress rebels down. But our generals are not in charge of... I guess this guy's in charge up here. We've got Makito. Why don't we send Pedro here since he has maneuver? Those guys will merge together, and then we'll send this empty unit over here. And we're trying to avoid a coalition. And it's not going to work too well. If we take all this stuff soon. But we're really in no rush. Why did you go off on your own? Now the manpower to be fighting pointless battles. Ooh, stack wipe, good. Okay, we explored the Caribbean. So let's now explore the coast of the Caribbean. I should say that we explored the Caribbean Sea waters. Okay, these guys could continue looting in here for money. I think we'll do that. And our Conqueror reduces separatism. And that was for our heir? No, that's for our ruler, or chief. So that's good. That will help us deal with these rebels a little bit. But we still have, obviously, serious rebel problems. Let's improve relations there. Ooh. Should just move these troops over, but we're almost done there anyway. Okay, what's our unrest like? It's pretty high across the board. So could we get... Let's fire this guy and see if we get a different +1. A theologian would be ideal. And then a manpower guy, but I can't afford a +2 guy while we're still waiting on our institution. These guys, what we want is their forts. And then their money. Nice, that's what we wanted. I'd like to bring down our war exhaustion and get this stuff cored. Let's see, we took all the money there, let's go here. Took all the money there, let's go here. Yeah, with whom can we improve relations now? I think we were going to work on France. Despite them not being the most successful France in the world, they're still probably pretty powerful, especially relative to us. You you guys moving downward now? Not quite. The other person we should be working on is Ottomans. Probably have to fight them eventually, but with all this expansion into Sunni lands. Okay, guns need men to fire them. Yeah, we need that manpower. And we're not going to spend the money for that. We'll get the American East Coast, the waters. And how are we doing? Still pretty stable. Okay, let's go for that stability. It's going to hit one of our gold mines, so Beret is going to move up 15%. So I'm just going to increase the autonomy. And then Joma, same thing. And what was the last one? This province. Okay. Now we should be suffering a lot less. Now there's only 3. Gobir, Bondo, and Gao. So Gobir, Gao, and Bondo. Got all the loot there. Kano's loot. Move around for these 3. Obviously I want Katsina as well, it's a center of trade. Okay, now we have no unrest. I'm just going to let this tick downward. Now we got a little bit of Ngobir now. If we can get that war exhaustion down, it will go away even there. Okay, do we do this or do we core? We do it. Still getting loot. Okay, rigorous researchers. We get 40 of each type. Monarch point, that's great. And that does mean that we can reduce then our war exhaustion. And we can get military tech 12. Getting a phone call. I'm just going to decline it. Okay. Sorry about that. We'll worry about that all later. Okay, converted Kayor. And let's get some new troop types. I do like these African hill warriors. And what the hell, the shock fire? What do we want? These guys are pretty well balanced with offensive. We'll go for this African plain warriors. Okay, now all of the unrest is gone, so I should... we don't really have a good chance of converting anything. We'll start on that one. And I think once we get our morale up, we could afford to end this war. Okay, American East Coast of the Sea has been explored, so we're going to explore the coast. Let's pull these guys back from Ottomans. And of course we want their money. They have no alliances of interest. We could give this province back. Yeah, might as well. It only costs us 9 Diplo, and it will make Air less upset with us. We want these 3, definitely. We want their war reparations. Is this just a capital fort? I think it is. I mean, we could take it. Do we even need it? Now it's the difference between a coalition with the Mamluks. I think we'll just take this for now. That's perfectly fine. We could force them to release Kanem-Bornu. Cost us a little bit of Diplo. Force them to give up claim as an heir. And I don't think we can get Kanem-Bornu as a vassal. Yeah, we can actually. Okay, let's bust this fort. Bust that fort. And we'll deal with our autonomy here. All three of these increase autonomy to make our people more loyal. Okay, now West Africa is a lot more manageable as long as we can avoid a massive coalition. Go ahead and improve relations here first. When this guy gets back from France, we'll start tossing alliances and so on to them. And then we can feed them. Because we should annex Ulo before too long. And they'll give us gold mine. And we'll inherit some troops. Okay, we can get a cheaper +3 natural scientist, or we can just get admin power. I'll go for the admin power. Merchant guilds have lost influence. We're going to replace that immediately. We can't. A little bit more influence. So we'll deal with that soon. Okay, so we got this done. Is this in range? It is not yet in range. Yeah, colonize Cape Coast, I guess. We have a couple of units down from here to work on that project. Send this guy over. That's really nice. The Europeans aren't colonizing in our territory. Staying out of our sphere of influence. I refer to everything in Africa as our territory, apparently. Because it will be. Okay, let's get this alliance. Despite it costing us a Diplo point. Yeah, we can have that royal marriage. Give them military access. And we're not going to even bother asking for their trade power. Instead, we're just going to vassalize them. And there we are. One of you needs to move onward. How about you? You have the general. Okay, Ethiopia. No longer a valid rivals. We'll revoke that. And we can't get any other rivals. Okay, can we explore? We cannot explore yet, so we're going to protect trade in Ivory Coast with that guy. Timbuktu and Songhai are fighting each other. I like that. So that means they're not joining a coalition against us. And we're going to lose corruption. We're going to gain corruption here, rather than losing stability. Let's top off relations here, and then we're already working on that. Okay, let's continue working on the relations with everyone that's potentially in a coalition against us. But I think some of these people are going to fail to exist soon. Like Songhai. Poor manpower pool. Okay, Katsinas, we need somebody in Gobir. Get you back over there. And then we need somebody here. Let's march you guys over there. How are we doing? We have 2,000 more troops. 3,000. So that'll be filled with Fulo's army. Go ahead and pull these guys back and try to improve relations up here. So there's a few things I don't like about our government type. One of those is that we have one fewer, essentially, vassal or ally than we would otherwise have. But I do like that for creation cost. Okay, do we get a cheaper natural scientist? No, again, we're going for the administrative power. And I think we're basically in a position where we can drop our army maintenance by a third and try to start saving up some money to help get our institution. $958, huh? Seeing a little bit of unrest. If it starts picking up, Pedro Basambo has died. Okay, improve relations there. Let's try with air. They probably don't hate us as much as most people do, because we didn't take any of their territory. And we forced... I mean, we have one of their cores. They don't like us, and we do have aggressive expansion. But we forced them to return one back. Keto Relum died. We do need generals, so let's get another one. And him. So I've got two generals again. Neither of them are great, but neither are outright garbage. That upset me by their mere presence. Okay, so we're no longer overextended. Pop off relations over here, and then we're going to work on North Africa. And we're almost done, which will have some nice effects. We'll get +1 diplomatic reputation, and our envoys will travel around more quickly. We'll get plus 10% production efficiency, and their development costs will drop 20%. So if we need to develop for later institutions, it'll be much easier. Okay, unfortunately they don't have much influence I don't think there's any great ways to get them more influence without more states, so we're just, well, when can we do this? 3 years. Do this every 10 years. It's not worth waiting. 2230 Explorer becomes available for duty. Our legitimacy going up will solve some of our unrest problems. Let's keep an eye on our time here. 20 minutes, okay? Moving onward. Okay, convert religion? No. Muslim influences. Close contact with settlers, traders, and missionaries has influenced our population to such an extent that they're gradually giving up their old religious faith and are converting their customs and beliefs. And we will honor the beliefs of our ancestors and gain this stability. I bring down that corruption. Let's try to save up some more cash. Okay, we got our diplomat back, so let's go ahead and improve relations with Morocco. They like us. Yeah, Castile still only has those 2 colonies. Portugal has 0. I mean, they do have their starting stuff. And we'll just take a look at these islands. So, Cape Verde is in Africa. But the Canaries are in Western Europe. And this is in Western Europe. So we don't need that. We will need to beat up on Castile over these 2, and Portugal over this one. Probably in the same war. Or so I should say Spain. Castile became Spain. We should be able to win this fight. No, we do not have enough. Wow, that is really bad for us. There's nothing much we could do about it. They're going to damage it, and then we'll just put a new one down in there. Start up a new colony. And why don't we just actually start paying our troops full wages? Sure. Move through us. Let's top off relations up here, and then we'll proceed to work on Mamluks. Let's take a look at our trust over here with Kilwa. Go ahead and get these guys back in the Cape Coast. Yeah, they're high ferocity. Was a problem. Okay, so Mamluks next, just to keep them out of a coalition. And Ottomans have taken part of Africa, so we will have to fight them eventually. We're not going to exert any more influence. We need to save up money. Go ahead and stop paying this fort. And what's our time doing? 24 minutes, okay. Now, where are your cores? Over here. So if Yao allies anyone we don't like Timbuktu, then when we invade, now we can't spend our money. We need to get our institution. So I was saying we'll invade Timbuktu at some point and force Yao to give all the cores back to Canon Bornu. Okay, clergy gains 10 influence. They are fairly high influence. And this is slowly spreading. With this colony going, we can't afford to drop our maintenance. That didn't work out for us last time. Once we're done with it, we can probably afford to colonize over here, where there's no local aggressiveness. Okay, we need to make our nobility happier with us. And we'll use that opportunity to get some more manpower back in our pool. So now we're up to 32. Okay. Or almost 32k. Be 32k in a month or two. And we're going to inherit all of this. Okay, we could reform our government. It would become a despotic monarchy. And really what that would do for us is give us another Diplo relations slot. I think give us more states. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to... It would also take away the events that every once in a while cost us stability for, you know, tribal infighting. But I do like that core creation cost being low. And it's going to drop to 15% once our development is up to 1,000 and we become an empire. So I'm actually going to keep it. Keep our government away. And when are we losing some influence here? 10 years, 9 years. Yes, this autonomy is going to be pretty high. It's not going to get much value out of the gold mine here in Bambuk. Let's plus that one too. In Messina, when can we invade you? Another 4 years. Let's get some claims going on you. Okay. Now with all these troops down there, we could afford to drop our maintenance. I'm going to drop it by about 40% right now. Ooh, Rwanda's taken over here. Could improve relations with them, I guess. They're going to be too large to ever want to become our vassal. We can just invade them later, much later. No rush to get them. What's our total development now? 849, so that's really nice. We're going to go for that spy network construction, just because tariffs aren't going to be bringing us in very much money. Scotland's moving down here. So yeah, they're going to try hopping around to Africa for too long, I think. But hopefully they all just go west to Asia. towards the Spice Islands, which of course would be nice for us, but not a priority. Okay, we can invade you whenever we wish. Let's go ahead and get this guy back. He's not actually all that useful to us. So do we have some sort of claim on you? I don't think so. No. Let's go ahead and start building up a spy network then. Okay, Messina will get a claim here. We'll keep that guy working, get more claims. We should get some more claims here as well. Okay, I'm not sure if we can get anything from them. We can get 50 Diplo power. It's better than nothing, and they'll become loyal in a few months. Okay, I think we are going to start paying our troops a little bit more each month. And we've lost one of those generals already. He hadn't actually been serving us for very long. Salt crisis. So we're going to be losing a little bit of money when we really need to be saving up money. How's this spread going? We're losing autonomy more quickly than this is spreading, so it's actually going to be costing us more, falling further and further behind. And for the purposes of global trade, let's just keep an eye on how our trade nodes are doing. We're looking at incoming rather than total. So Sevilla is the best. Yeah. Okay, so we could potentially feed this. Or we could set our center here and push trade south and from here. Would that be the smartest move? Every coast. It's not the wealthiest node ever. I think we're going to do it though. If we do that, we'll stop less money from reaching Europe. Our rival is Hungary? Sure. Should be able to move this to Benin. And we're going to transfer trade power from, here. And this guy is going to transfer trade power as well. Should taking a look at what our trade values were. Let's reassign these guys, just to make sure. Okay, we are making a lot more money now. We'd help out France against Spain and Portugal. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Okay, Hungary. Could set them as friendly, might as well. Okay, where we? It's Messina and Air. So we're almost done here. And we're at 35 minutes. So I'm going to stop this video here. Thank you for watching.